Hello and welcome to episode 5 of FPL Hacks with me, Holly Shand, looking ahead to FPL Game Week 5 and the players you should buy, hold, sell and wait on, including those in-form premium strikers. Let's get into it. Top of my buy list for FPL Game Week 5 then are two Manchester United players. Cristiano Ronaldo, if we start with him, he's the most transferred in player for Game Week 5, and it's easy to see why after a very impressive performance on his Old Trafford debut in Game Week 4 against Newcastle United. He got a brace, he had 6 shots, which was second highest of any player in the league in Game Week 4, and he just looked really impressive, and we know that he's a fantastic talent and is in a different league to any other player in the Premier League right now, so he's well worth investing in, especially when you look at Manchester United's upcoming fixtures against West Ham, Aston Villa and Everton. Now his teammate Paul Pogba also looks like a very good option. I was on the fence over Pogba earlier in the season. I said if he's still delivering when the transfer window has shut, then I'll look more carefully at him. He is still delivering. He's on 7 assists now for the season, and he's got some fantastic players around him, and he really looks like he's enjoying his football at the moment, which is really important. And he's among the most transferred in again, top 3 for most transferred in this week, so that's plenty to consider there on Pogba too. Now the most transferred out player for Game Week 5 is West Ham's Michail Antonio. After picking up a red card and a 1-match ban in Game Week 4, that means that he misses out in Game Week 5 against Manchester United, so probably not the worst fixture to miss. And then he's back for Game Week 6 with Leeds and Brentford up next. Now, if you're a Michail Antonio owner, I would encourage you to hold on to him, especially if you've got a player on your bench that can stand in for him in Game Week 5, because you're definitely going to want him back for those fixtures. He's looked so impressive at the start of the season. I think the rest will do him good, especially with West Ham's busy schedule among the other competitions, but he's still the highest scoring player in the game. He's also the highest scoring player in the Premier League right now, alongside Bruno Fernandes with 4 goals, and he's top for big chances with 6. So there's a clear goal threat and an assist threat with him. He hasn't started to be a bad asset just because he's got a 1-game suspension, so definitely hold on to him. Now, another player that's seen a few transfers out this week is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's the most expensive defender in the game, and a lot of managers are tempted to get rid in order to free up funds to bring in those in-form premium strikers. But I would really encourage you to hold on to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has the potential to be the best value player in the game this season. He's already got 2 assists and 3 clean sheets. He's top for key passes with 20. And for big chances created with 4. More assists are on the way for him, and hopefully some clean sheets for Liverpool as well. You're not going to find a better asset at his price point across any of the positions, so hold on to him too. Now the first player on my sell list for Game Week 5 is West Ham's side Benrahma. I was on the fence about him earlier in the season because I felt like he was overperforming his underlying statistics, and he's now failed to return in 2 consecutive games. And to top it off, he was subbed on 62 minutes in Game Week 4. We were expecting we might see some rotation, and with Europa League football coming for West Ham as well, I don't think we're going to be far off seeing him on the bench and not performing to the potential that we saw in the opening 2 game weeks. Now the other player on my sell list right now is Son Heung-min. 3 tricky fixtures up next: Chelsea, Arsenal and Aston Villa. And there's not been any official prognosis on his injury and how long he's been going to be out for. So I'm guessing he's not going to be straight back in. And he's at a funny price point as well. When we're trying to shoehorn premium attackers into our team, he's at a funny price when you can look to be getting in some of the mid-priced enablers who can probably deliver a similar return on points for far cheaper. Now, there's been a lot of transfers in for Romelu Lukaku this week following his brace at the weekend, but I encourage you to urge caution here. A couple of tricky fixtures up next for Chelsea against Spurs and Manchester City. And we can't own all of the premium players. We know that Salah and Trent are going to be fantastic value this season, as they have been in previous seasons. And right now, comparing fixtures, I prefer Ronaldo to Lukaku. It's very tricky to get both of them in alongside the other premium players that are delivering right now, as well as keeping a good balance across the rest of your squad. Chelsea as well, we always see a lot of rotation. With Champions League football now kicking off too, will we see Lukaku on the bench at some point too? It's something that's worth considering. We obviously can't captain him every week either, especially when it's the tougher fixtures. So I think you can hold on, not get him for a couple of weeks, and then when Chelsea's fixtures improve in game week 7 against Southampton at home, that could be the time to bring him in. Now, another player that's got tough fixtures is Manchester City's Ferran Torres. A great fixture this week, but then it's Chelsea and Liverpool after that, and he has the potential to be benched in the easier games. We've already seen a couple of early substitutions from him as well, and he's only delivered in 1 of 3 fixtures this season, so it's something that we need to keep an eye on. We need to see an improvement, more consistency in getting returns across all fixtures instead of just one really big score one week and then blanks the other weeks. Now, another thing to bear in mind with Manchester City is that there are some key personnel returning. Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne are no longer flagged, so they've got the potential to get some game time, potentially play in that false 9 role, which we've seen Kevin De Bruyne take up in the past, and that could mean that Torres is rotated. We know rotation is infamous under Pep, so another one that I would urge caution on buying, even though it's a great fixture this week. That's it from me for today then. I hope you found the video useful. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any fantasy dilemmas, do get in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of them. Good luck everyone for FPL Game Week 5.